Imagine waking up one morning to find that everything feels twice as heavy. Your own body, your phone, your car, everything. Planes can't take off, buildings start collapsing, and the human body struggles to even function, finding it difficult to make simple movements like walking or standing. What if gravity on Earth was twice as strong? How would it change our daily lives, nature, and even the exploration of space? So, what is gravity, and why is it so important for existence? Well, remember the story of the man who was sitting under an apple tree and got hit by one. Isaac Newton is the man, and we have to thank him for this topic. So gravity. Gravity is the invisible force that keeps our feet on the ground, holds planets in orbit, and makes the universe work the way it does. On Earth, gravity pulls everything towards the center with a force of 9.8 meters per second squared. But what if that number doubled to 19.6 meters per second square? The consequences will be drastic and possibly catastrophic. But how exactly would it affect humans? The first thing you'd notice in a world with double gravity is that everything will feel twice as heavy. Your body weight would double overnight, so if you weigh 154 pounds, you'd feel like you weigh 308 pounds. Well, losing weight will be significantly harder. Simple movement like walking, running, or even lifting your arms would take twice the effort, and imagine how tired you would be for each step taken. People will become shorter over time, as their spines compress under the extra force. So if you're already short, well, let's leave that thought. Over generations, human beings might evolve to be shorter and stockier, with stronger bones and muscles to handle the added stress. Athletic records, forget about them. No one will be breaking speed or jumping records anymore. Olympic high jumps will be less than half as high as today, and LeBron James would have an early retirement, mostly because he would not be needed anymore. What about plants and animals? Plants, animals, and ecosystems have evolved for Earth's normal gravity. If gravity doubled, nature would have to change, or worse, perish. Trees will grow shorter and thicker because tall trees will struggle to pump water to their leaves. Giant trees like redwoods, they might not survive at all, and you may have to say goodbye to dates. Birds and flying insects would have a much harder time staying in the air. Only the strongest flyers might survive, and even if they survive, they would likely evolve larger wings for extra lift because the pull will prove too strenuous for them. Land animals will shrink. Elephants, giraffes, and large mammals will struggle under their own weight. Over time, species might evolve to be shorter and more compact, resembling smaller, stronger versions of their former selves. Well, I just wonder how cats would look. But what about the biggest forces of all? Tectonic activities and natural disasters. Would buildings and cities collapse? If gravity doubled, the very structure we live in might not be able to handle the stress. Bridges, skyscrapers, and dams, all designed for normal gravity, would face extreme strain. Many could collapse under their own weight, and the materials for building are quite heavy too. New buildings would have to be wider, shorter, and built with ultra-strong materials like carbon fiber or advanced alloys. Cars, planes, and trains would require twice the energy to move the same distance and would be way harder to control and maintain. Speaking of planes, how possible would flight be? Commercial airplanes and rockets are built with precise calculations based on Earth's current gravity. If gravity doubled, planes will struggle to take off. Their engines might not produce enough lift to get them airborne, and would have to be made to adapt, consuming more fuels and materials for such a situation. And space travel would be nearly impossible. Rockets already require massive amounts of fuel to escape Earth's gravity. With double gravity, the fuel requirements will be exponentially higher, making space travel nearly impossible with today's technology. Except advancement would be drastically made to allow for it. Birds and insects might go extinct. Their muscles wouldn't be strong enough to keep them in the air. Birds have hollow bones and insects have none. Only the most powerful flyers would survive. One of the biggest questions is, Would Earth itself change? Well, believe it or not, Earth's shape and core would also be affected. The atmosphere would become denser. This could trap more heat, possibly making Earth warmer and more humid. The oceans would shrink. Water would be pulled more strongly toward the center, leaving less water available at the surface. So yeah, more beaches I guess. Volcanoes and earthquakes could be more violent. The extra gravitational pressure would squeeze Earth's interior, making tectonic activity more extreme and making the Earth a large playground for natural disasters. Guys, we are not surviving that. Remember what we were taught about the moon and tides? Well, Earth's gravity controls the moon orbit and ocean tides. If gravity doubled, the moon might drift closer, since Earth's stronger pull would tug at it more forcefully. Over time, this could change the length of our days, leading it to become longer and cause stronger tides. Wonder how surfing would look like sometimes? Tides would be more extreme, leading to stronger waves, so less surfing, more coastal erosion, and increased flooding in coastal cities. So, with all these changes, would civilization even survive? But hey, don't worry, our gravity is not changing anytime soon, so go out and appreciate the Earth for being nice to us. Do you think you will be able to sudden a stronger Earth gravity? Leave your answers in the comments and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.